When you have a tool that you have used enough to where that is in this condition, you know that could easily be your #1 tool. But it ain't. Another tool that I find invaluable that just here on the workbench, it costs less than $20. I think this one was about, $12, $14. It's a mechanical digital micrometer. Oh, it's really accurate. Can y'all see that? When you come down there, it is actually dead on zero. And I put the thing in yonder, and I've checked this out, and it's comparable to any other micrometer that I own, and I do own several. Maybe $12 that costed, and it don't got no battery in it. And it's got that little thing on yonder, and it's in the 10,000s and everything. And I do use this every day. It could easily be #1. It ain't. You notice that I didn't throw that on the floor. Another tool that this right here. This could be my #1 tool. It's a frame hammer, and I've had this tool a long time. Short handle, and it's heavy. It's a pretty good size hammer. I don't know the poundage on it, but I use this tool almost every day that I'm in the shop. This tool comes into play, and I'll tell you what: if you have this tool right here, and this big old punch right here, and you can see how much I use that. That could be #1. I do add that. And when you get a punch that's mushroom like that, that should not be used again until that's ground away. And this will be. I will set that right. And I'll tell you something else too. If you got a punch, and if you drill your hole right in the center of it there before you harden it, then that way it will, like if you was going to punch something out, then that'll get on there and it won't slide off. If that's flat on the end there, then it'll ricochet away. But anyway, that was some kind of, well, it's good, but that's not the point. The point is the big hammer. If you've got the big hammer, let's just say this is a safety. One of them, what do you call that? I'm at a loss for what that is. A disclaimer. When you've got the big punch right there, no, it ain't no disclaimer. It's advice. When you've got the big punch, and you've got this big hammer about midway in the air, you're midway on a strike, then do not look away. No matter how good she looks, don't be distracted when the hammer is in midway between this punch right here and this big hammer, or either you'll have duct tape on your thumb right there. I'm just saying, use caution when you get the big hammer and punch. Now, another tool that could easily be #1 in my shop is, y'all see this right here? Let's let this be a shop tip from me to you. This right here, I see it on there. It's a #4 crochet needle. This was a crochet needle. It had a little thing on the end right here, and you put your thread in there. You do this right here, and you crochet that lace around the edge of something. Oh, it's a sewing thing. But anyway, these right here are extremely hard metal. And all I've done is ground that little thing on there, whatever they call that. I'll have to look that up. There has to be a name for it. But anyway, it's to a sharp tip right there. I use this every day that I'm in this shop. I actually use this every day for something. Now, I do have these. This one right here happens to be a Mac. But I don't never use that tool. I mean, it's a good one. Ice pick, and this is a good one. I do use that a lot. And this one right here, that was I think that was a brownish sharp. But it's what this is if you bought one. And I got a whole bunch of them that I don't use. It's this one here I use. It's got that little flat thing on it right there. And let's say you got a little bitty. If you got something in that hole, you can dig it out like that. It's gone. Or if you got something in there, you can dig it out. It's gone. And you can use that. It's easy to hold. It don't slip up and down. It's a very good tool. A crochet needle, reused for a shop, whatever you call it. But anyway, it's a good tool. Now, for the #1 tool in my shop. Right here it is. This is the #1 tool that I own. And I bought this tool new. I purchased this new. Absolutely brand spanking new. Bought it from the Sears Roebuck store down there. And I do have almost every accessory that's available for this thing. I do have it. Some of them I've never used even. But the little 3-inch lathe, it's a Sherline. My #1 tool and my #1 recommendation for anybody. If you have an interest in a lathe, then this right here is the purchase to make. And just because you got a little lathe, you do not have to have a little bitty micrometer. You can use a full-size micrometer on the little bitty lathe, and also you do not have to have the little bitty calipers. You can actually use the big ones. Outside calipers, the little adjustment on there. Oh, them sweet. That could be #1, but it ain't. It's the lathe. I bought this lathe and I brought it home and I built this. This little that's a launch type engine, little steam engine, and it does work quite well. Runs really good, and we will run these engines at a later date. It's a piece of 1-inch key stock there for the cylinder. Well, I'll describe that later. But this is the first project that I built this entirely on this Sherline lathe. I'm just saying, thanks to James Freddy's for the tag, and to pass the tag on, I'm going to pass that tag on to. I'm going to pass that tag on to Dan F. Howe. And I put the name here. Dan, I'm going to tag you there to do a little video there on your favorite tool that you got there. And let me go ahead and tell all of the subscribers there, the viewers, check out Dan's channel right there. Now, he done already built that rat rod truck thing out of absolutely nothing. And that's a good looking truck. It's a wrecker, Dan F. Howe. And he done built that tractor there too. Oh, it's a wonder, that tractor is there. Check him out. And Dan, go ahead and put that there. You've been tagged, let's put it that way. And also, you know, another Mr. Pete. Mr. Pete, I'm from over here on the east coast of Arkansas. Shop Dog Sam here. And Mr. Pete, I'm going to go ahead and tag you there for a video of your most favorite tool that you have in your shop there. Dan F. Howe. mrpete222. Check out Mr. Pete's channel also there. I mean, when you talk about the best, Mr. Pete's name is it's right there in the hat. It's been a joy here. My #1 tool. From here on the East Coast to Arkansas, Shop Dog Sam.